Okay, we had started proportions, and I had given you just the introduction of proportions,
Yeah, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
I had told you that ratios which are equivalent, the equivalent ratios are called proportions. When two ratios are equal, they are called proportions. And in proportion, in one ratio we have two terms, the numerator and the denominator. Agree, no? In ratio, we
Yes.
have two things,
Yes, ma'am.
numerator and the denominator. One
Yes,
term
ma'am.
is when we write a ratio, we write like this: A is to B. So suppose if we are writing A is to B, here A is one term, B is another term. And if I write A is to B, this is the sign for proportion, 4 dots.
Ma'am, what we call it, ma'am, like ratio, we call it as is to, then what we call it?
Is to A as, we call it as A is to B as C is to D.
D.
We read it as.
Okay.
Okay, A is to B as C is to D. This we call it, read it as is to. A is to B. Okay, C is to D. But proportion sign we read as.
As.
Okay, A is to B as
C is to
C
D.
is to D. Okay, now proportion sign is like this, 4 dots. Okay,
Yeah,
but when we say that ratios are equivalent, so we mean that both are equal. But normally
Yes,
this is the sign that we put, 4 dots. Okay,
ma'am,
now,
ma'am, instead of writing as a proportion sign, can we write equal to?
better not to write equal to, although it won't be incorrect, but still prefer writing these, because
Okay.
equal to sign is we normally generally write for any kind of numbers which are
Yes,
equal.
ma'am. Is equal.
But proportion sign, those 4 dots represent something that we are talking about, something about ratios. Equal to sign is we normally use for any kind of number, irrespective of whatever. Okay, we can write 3 is equal to 3. Simple
Yes,
two numbers. But when we are writing proportional, we don't write like this, 3 proportional to 3. We normally write proportion only when there is ratio there.
Ratio.
Okay, so you understood?
Yes,
Instead
ma'am,
of writing, so instead of writing, it's better you use 4 dots.
Yes, ma'am.
As. Okay, now what I want to say here is A is to B as C is to D. Now see, the middle two terms are B and C. Okay, so these middle two terms are called means. Middle terms are called means. M for middle, M for mean. Okay, you'll be able to remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
M for middle, M for mean, both M. And these two terms, A and D, these are
Are they called means?
What?
The first two are called mean, then the second two are called bean.
Bean?
No, ma'am, Mr. Bean.
Okay. Okay. Rishit is becoming funny now, huh? Cracking jokes. Okay, so A and D are the extreme terms. You can see like this because these two terms are on the extreme ends.
Yes, ma'am, exterior.
These are exterior and at the extreme ends. So we call it extreme terms. Okay, extreme terms. And middle terms are called mean terms.
Mean.
So in ratio, what we say is the product of the product. Okay, that is the product of means and product of extremes is equal to product of means. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay,
you understand this?
Okay, ma'am.
How did we get this? A by B.
A by B.
When we say two ratios are equivalent, so we can write A by B is equal to C by D. And when we cross multiply them, we get
they will be same.
B is equal to B into C. So this is product of extremes.
And that is product of means.
Okay? Keep this in
ma'am.
mind. Okay. Let's move on ahead. Okay, if two ratios are not equal, then we say that they are not in proportion. This also we know. In a statement of proportion, the four quantities involved, when taken in order, is known as respective terms. The first and fourth terms are known as extreme terms. The second and the third term are known as middle terms.
Ma'am, middle or mean?
Middle term or mean. Okay, both are the same names. Middle or mean. Okay. Okay, these are some examples of the book. Okay, let's move on to the exercise part. Determine if the following are in proportion. Now here four numbers are given to you. You have to show that they are in proportion. Okay, so
A is not.
so how will we do this?
Ma'am, A is not.
We need to write it as a 15 is to 45 as 40 is to 120.
Yes, so 15 is to 45. You have to show whether they are in proportion. So to show that they are in proportion, you need to show that these both ratios are equivalent. Okay, so what will you do? 15 is to 15 by 45. When you reduce it to the lower form, what will it be? You can reduce it by 15. You get
1 by 3.
And 40 is by 120. What will you get?
Ma'am,
40
we
by
get it as 1 by 3.
Zeros can be
Ma'am, 1 by
cancelled.
3.
And divided by 4. 1 and 3. So 1 is to
3. Ma'am? Ma'am? Now what happened? Yeah, ma'am.
hello.
Hello,
So
ma'am.
yes, I'm here. So the ratios are in proportion.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's try the next one. 33, 121, 9 and 96. Please try this. Try this. Ratio of 33 and 121 and ratio of 9 by 96. Please do show me whether they are equivalent or not.
Ma'am, I think not equivalent.
No, don't think. Please do and see. Check.
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am. I kept my pen somewhere. I'll get it.
Others, find out. Rishit. Okay, Rishit has gone.
Teacher.
Devesh, yes, Devesh.
Teacher, actually, I don't know ratio and proportion chapter. The last time that happened, I didn't join the class and I don't know it properly. So I'm not able to do this in the last
But-
class also I told you.
But why didn't you join the class last time?
Not last time, teacher, when that old teacher was there.
Okay.
I was busy in my competition.
Okay, leave about the old thing. But now when we are doing, aren't you understanding the concepts?
No, not that much, teacher. I told you last time also that.
So why don't you ask then where you don't understand? Why don't you ask?
I asked, but others start asking.
So even others are, whatever others are asking, you should listen patiently. Because that is also a part of the chapter only. Okay, never mind. Now you see we have started with proportions.
And they're not equivalent.
Okay, Rishit.
Yes, ma'am. For me
Ridesh?
also, they
Teacher,
got
give me
that
2
not
minutes, teacher. I
equivalent.
come.
Ridesh? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, they're
Please
not
put on
equal.
your video first.
Teacher?
Put on your video first. I'll explain you ratios. Okay. Now see. Everyone, I'll explain. Please listen carefully. Those who have not understood, Ridesh, now I'm explaining this for you. Okay. Okay, now see, suppose I have a ratio here. See this question. Third, let's see this D part. Ridesh, I'm showing you this. Here I have two numbers, 32 and 48. Okay. I'm not explaining about proportions. I'm showing you only ratios, how to find a ratio. See, when we have two numbers, we take one number as the numerator part, one as a denominator. Suppose if we have a ratio in the form A is to B. A is some number, B is some another number. Okay. Now suppose here A is 32, B is 48. So I can write this ratio like this. What is ratio actually? Ratio is comparison of two numbers by dividing. Okay. Ratio is comparison of two numbers by dividing. You're writing? See, there are two ways of comparing ratio. Two ways of comparing. If I say 3 and 5, how can I compare these two numbers? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm asking Hridesh. Hridesh?
Teacher, the ratio is comparison between two numbers.
By dividing. By dividing. Okay. Now suppose if I have two numbers 3 and 5, there are two ways of comparing. Please listen. Pay attention here, Hridesh. If I have these two numbers and I want to compare, what will I do? I can say 3 is less than 5. How do I get this 5 minus 3? How much is 3 less than 5? That's 3 is 2 less than 5. This is one way of comparing. Okay. Another way of comparing is by division. If I say 3 by 5, when I divide 3 by 5, this is another way of comparing. This way of comparing is called ratio. Okay? Okay? When I compare two numbers by dividing, I call it a ratio.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, Hridesh? Now suppose, for instance, I have taken this example, 32 and 48. Now, how will I compare this? Now 32 and 48, both these numbers, I'll take the HCF of 32 and 48. What will I get the HCF of 32 and 48? Yes? Quickly find out HCF.
Teacher, I think 4. 4, 6. 6.
6.
No, ma'am. 4.
8 is 32. 4.
4 is a 32. 4 ones are 4 twos are. Again 4 will take 4 twos are 4 threes are. This time
Okay.
2.
Now see, the highest common factor is here 4 and 4.
4 fours
Is
are
it?
8. Say 16.
4 4s are 16.
16.
Okay. So HCF is 16. Highest common factor of this is 16. So that means if I divide this number by 16, both numerator and denominator by 16, I will get this to the lowest form.
Yeah,
16 is 32
Right.
and 16
yes, ma'am.
is 48. I got this as the lowest form. Now I cannot reduce it further. So that means the ratio is 2:3 in the lowest form. Understood this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Hridesh? Okay, now I had taken these two numbers. Okay. Now I'll take 70 and 210. I'll take here 70 and 210. Okay. Now 70 and 210, what can I divide this with? I will take the HCF of 70 and 210. What will I get? Quickly find the HCF of this. Quickly find the HCF of this. 10 sevens
Teacher,
are
10 sevens are 10, 21.
okay.
Again,
Then
7 table. 7 ones are.
How did you
7
take
ones are
10?
7
10
threes
is
are.
not a prime number.
3.
Yeah,
10
ma'am.
sevens are 70.
I have just taken, actually I wanted to reduce zeros here just to show him. I'm not finding out prime factors.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm not finding out prime factors here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just quickly taking out the HCF. Okay. So that is the highest common factor I'm taking out. I'm not finding prime factors.
Okay, ma'am.
So if I had to find prime factors, no, I would have taken 2 first, then 5 here, then 7 like this. Okay, bacha? You got it? What is the difference between prime factorization? We take only prime factors. I'm not finding prime factors. I'm only finding the highest common factor here. Okay, so you can do either way. So here I can divide this number by 70. So what do I get? 70 ones and 70 into 3 gives me 210. So here my ratio is 1:3 and here my ratio was 2:3. So are these ratios equivalent? Ridesh, are they equal? 2:3 and 1:3? No. So when two ratios are not equal, we say they are not in proportion. You understood this? Yes or no?
Teacher, no.
Okay. You understood the ratio part?
No, not that one.
You didn't understand this ratio part? How did we find this? 1:3? How did we find this 1/3?
By dividing?
Yes, by dividing. You understood this much? What we did here, did you understand this much? You understood this much? You understood this much, this part?
Teacher,
How
I
did I
didn't.
get to? You didn't? Okay, I'll explain you again. Okay, let's move on to another page. Okay, wait a second. Now see here. Now suppose if I have these two numbers, 32, 48, 70, 210. Okay. Okay. I have these four numbers. Okay, I'll take only two numbers. I'm showing you the ratio first. I'll show you the ratio first. Now I have to find the ratio of these two numbers. This number is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. I want A is to B. Ratio is always written in this form. Okay, A is to B. Okay, Ridesh. Now my A is 32, my B is 48. Okay. I have taken like this, no? So A is 32, B is 48. Understood this much? Okay, now I said ratio is when you compare two things by dividing. This is what I said. Yes or no? Please put on mute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, in place of A, I write 32. In place of B, I write 48. Understood this much? Okay. Now, this is the ratio 32:48. But both these numbers can be brought into lowest form. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to bring it into lowest form, I will find the highest common factor of these two. Okay. I will find the highest common factor.
Which is 16.
Which is 16. Okay. So I will divide these two numbers with the same number, 16, because the highest common factor of both these numbers is 16. So I will divide this by 16. So when I divide with 16, what do I get? 16 2s is 32. 16 3s is 48. Get it? 2/3. Can I reduce 2/3 further? Can I reduce this further?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay. Now I will take the C and D part. another ratio C by D. So this is, I take it 70. This is, I take it 210. Hridesh, you understood this much? A by B? Hello, Hridesh. And 2 by 3 can be written as 2:3. Okay, so this was about ratios. You understood ratio?
Yes, ma'am.
You understood now ratios?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now see this. Look here. Now, what will I do? I want to, can I reduce this to lower form? 70 upon 210. If I divide this with 10, zeros can be, zeros will not be there. Okay. Now 7 by 21 can further be reduced to a lower form. If I divide this by 7. Okay. So that is 1 by 3. Now 1 by 3 can be written in the ratio form. How can I write this? Tell me.
4:3.
Yes,
Teacher?
Hridesh, tell me. How can I write this in the ratio form? Can I reduce it further?
No.
No. Now how can I write this in the ratio form?
1 by 3.
It's already 1 by 3. How can I write in the ratio form if I have to write it like this?
You have to write 1 and 3.
And something in the middle?
Comma.
Comma?
2 dots.
2 dots.
2
teacher.
dots. And we read it as is to. 1:3. Okay? You understood this ratio?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the ratio concept is clear to you? Hello,
Ma'am.
put on your video. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will, don't worry, we will be solving more sums on ratio. Okay. Now put on your video, please, Hridesh.
Teacher, give me 2 minutes, no? Only 2 minutes.
Why?
Teacher, 1 minute, no, teacher, please.
But why have you put off your video?
Teacher, I come from washroom.
I'm explaining you something. Please hold on for some time.
Okay, teacher.
Time is just 6:19 now, 6:20. Before your class, you should be, thorough with. Okay. Hridesh, back. Now see, you learned about these two ratios. Now I'm moving one step ahead. Now next is proportion. Okay. Proportion. Now what is proportion? If these two ratios are equal, if any two ratios A is to B and C is to D are equal, then we say that ratios are in proportion. We say that ratios are in proportion. Understood? If one ratio is equal to another ratio, we say that those two ratios are in proportion. Okay? But in this case, what it is? First one is 2:3. Second one is 1:3.
Teacher, if both are equal, then teacher, if 5 are there, if 5 are there.
What 5?
Teacher.
What 5, bache?
Like
your voice is cracking. Hello? Yes, Hridesh, what are you saying?
If there is like that 5, so what to do?
5 numbers?
Yeah.
There are never 5 numbers. Ratio includes only 2 numbers. So when we are talking about 2 ratios, there will be 4 numbers. Okay? There will not be any 5 numbers. Okay, so here are these two ratios equal or not?
No.
No, they are not equal. So they are not in proportion. Okay, understood? If I had any other ratio which is equal, suppose if I had any some number 5:6, some ratio, and another that other also ratio 5:6, then I can say that these ratios are in proportion. Okay, we'll solve another sum where we have one ratio. We'll solve another sum. Look here. Let's do this one. 4/4, 6, 8, and 12. Let's see this. 4, 6, 8, and 12.
Teacher, as I see,
Please do this one. 4, 6, 8, and 12.
Teacher, first step is write 4/6.
First, please do it in your notebook and show me. Hridesh, do it in your notebook and show me. Others also, please do it in your notebooks. Find the lowest form of these two ratios.
Ma'am, it's 2:3 and 2:3.
This is 2:3.
Ma'am,
They're
they are in proportion. Ma'am, they are proportions.
They are in proportion?
Proportion,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So that means
until you explain this, I did all the problems, ma'am.
good.
Ma'am,
That's
me
nice.
too.
Actually, I was explaining Hridesh, no? He was saying that he hasn't understood.
Yes,
Okay. So, Hridesh, he's solving. Okay, Hridesh, now you can see here these two ratios are equal.
proportion.
Okay, let him do. He's doing.
No, teacher. Teacher. Ma'am? Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, you're in mute.
Disconnected.
Ma'am, you're in mute.
Yes. Okay. Hridesh, you got it? You got the answer?
No, teacher, I got, but it's not showing as equal.
You got 2/3?
Yeah.
So that means 2:3 is one ratio.
Teacher, 1 minute. If we divide 8.
8 with what?
Oh, sorry, I divided with 16.
Shivani is there. Shivani, are you understanding? What are ratios?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you clear? with
Teacher,
the-
I'm getting 4.
Okay. And Shivani, what about proportions? Have you understood proportions?
Proportions, no, ma'am.
Teacher,
Okay.
I got
Shivani,
a teacher, it's a proportion.
they are in proportion. Okay. How did you get that they are in proportion? How do
Teacher,
you
first I divided with their HCF. Again, I have shown, I have keeping dots. So it came proportion.
But what have you got? Tell me the numbers that you have got. Please read the whole thing.
2.3. Again,
2:3. Wait. We don't read 2.3. We read it as 2:3.
Again, 2:3.
Okay. So when you are look on the screen, 2:3. You are saying 2:3 and 2:3. So these both are in proportion. So what do you read proportion as? 2:3 as 2:3 as 2:3. Okay. How do you read this proportion sign? As. Okay. Yes, Ridesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 2 is to 3. Ratio is
Yes, ma'am.
read as is to 2 is to 3 as 2 is to 3. Okay, proportion is read as 2 dots are read as is to. Okay. Okay, Shivani, you understood proportions now? When two ratios are equal, we say that they are in proportion. And when those two ratios are not equal, we say they are not in proportion. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Got it? We'll do some more sums. Okay? It will be more clear to you. Okay. Let's do this one. These are with okay, these are with decimal points. 5.2 is to 3 is to 9. Let's do this one. E part, question number 2, E part. Let's do, I'm doing on the other page. This is, okay, we'll do the one without decimal. Okay, so that things are more clear to you. Then we'll take the decimal point also. You have to tell whether they are in proportion or not, whether this statement is true or not. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
please find. So 8 is to 9. Can we reduce it any further?
And we can.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, we cannot reduce, no. So 8
Yes,
is to
ma'am.
9
8
can
is
be
to
just
9.
written
8 is
like
to
this. 24 and 27, can we reduce it any further?
Yes.
Yes, Shivani? Reduce it and tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Let's
3.
wait.
Divided by
Let
3.
Okay,
Shivani
ma'am.
tell the
Okay, ma'am.
answer.
Okay.
Yes, Shivani, tell me, what do you get as the lowest form?
3, ma'am.
3 and what?
3 and 3, ma'am.
No, 3. You will divide this number by 3, no?
Okay, 1 minute.
HCF of these two is 3.
8 is to 9, ma'am.
8 is to 9. Huh? When you divide this, when you divide 24 by 27 with 3, numerator and denominator, you get 8 here, you get 9 here. So 8 is to 9. So what can you say about the ratios, Shivani?
They are in proportion.
Great. They are in proportion. Very nice. So that means the statement is true. Did you understand, Ridesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Ridesh, understood? Be louder.
Yes, ma'am. I understood completely.
Okay, great. Now we'll do another sum, which is on where we have decimal numbers. Okay. Now this is 5.2 is to 3 is to 3.9 is as 3 is to 4. So here this is one ratio, this is another ratio. Please find, how will you do? We have 5.2 and 3.9. Can we reduce it to lower form?
Ma'am, no.
Okay,
No,
now
ma'am.
see, look here, everyone, please look here, what we will do here. Now we have decimal point. If we want to reduce the decimal point, what will we do? We will multiply this by 10. So with that, our decimal point will move one place back. Okay. Are you getting?
Yes.
Yes.
Like this? 52 by 39. Now, if you take the HCF of this, what will you get? 52 by 39. With which number will you divide? Both numerator and denominator. Please find the HCF of this. 5 and 2. Okay, 52.
Ma'am,
This is
it's not divisible.
not divisible.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can it go with 13? Can it
13,
go
ma'am.
13 3 times? 13 threes is 39.
Yes, ma'am.
And 13 fours is?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes, can it go? So
Ma'am,
the
yes,
highest
ma'am.
common. So it can go with 13. So I can write like
Ma'am,
this.
they are in proportion.
They are in proportion. So this is coming to be 4 by 3. And the other one is?
It is in the lowest form.
Now see here, this ratio is 4:3. This is 4:3, no?
Yeah, ma'am.
4:3.
Yes, ma'am.
And this ratio is 3:4.
3:4.
Are they equal?
No,
4:3 and 3:4, are they equal? No, they are not equal. So they are not in proportion. You understood?
understood?
Okay, proportion.
Okay.
So they are not in proportion. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
right? So 4:3 and 3:4, they are not same. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's do one more of this kind. Let's do the next one.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Rishid. I always get confused in decimal division and multiplication.
Okay, decimal division.
Yes, ma'am, and multiplication with decimal numbers.
1 second. Okay, with the decimal, see now if this is 0.9, just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
If I multiply this with 10, what will I do? 9 into 10
Ma'am.
gives me 90.
90. ma'am.
90, no?
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
is the decimal point here? After one place?
After one place.
So after one place, I will put my decimal point here.
Yes, ma'am. It will be 9.
It will be 9. Now, if this is 0.36, if I multiply this by 10, it becomes 336 into 10 becomes 360.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is the decimal point after two places?
After 2.
So I will put decimal point here after two places.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, I'm not getting. In
Huh?
the second, 0.36.
Ma'am, it's 0.36 or 36.0.
No, it's 0.36.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, like 10 has only 1 0, so the decimal place changes 1 0. One place.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, I get.
Okay. But see, if in this question, if I remove the decimal, if I have to remove the decimal, then definitely I have to move one place behind. You got it? What I did here, I multiplied with 10.
Yeah, ma'am.
I got my decimal point one place behind the number. But here,
Ma'am, actually, I got the answer.
great, very good, Biche. Who is this?
I'm Adrit.
Oh, Adrit, very nice, Biche. But one thing here, look here, everyone. Even after multiplying with 10, I reduced decimal point from this number. 9 is coming out to be 9. But
Yes, ma'am.
0.36 is still in decimal form. I want to reduce this also. So what will I do here? I will
Again
again,
with 10.
again, but if I do again with 10, if I multiply again with 10, then this will be 90. And
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
multiply this with 10, this will become
36.
this will become 36 like this. Okay, decimal point will again be one more place behind.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so I get this as 90 by 36.
Yes, ma'am.
You got it? You understood this much?
Got it.
Yes.
That means I'm multiplying. What did I do? Twice I multiplied with 10. One here and one here. That means 10 into 10 becomes 100.
100.
So I multiplied both these numbers with 100. Then only I moved two places behind. Is it? Then only the decimal point moved two places behind. This you have studied in maybe in your third or fourth class.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
How
But
to move?
ma'am, in my 4th class they didn't taught me.
Okay, but now have you understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll show you this clearly. I'll show you. I'll multiply, wait a second. I'm erasing this. Okay, now the pen is here. Okay. Now look here. This is 0. Oh, this has become very thick. Let's see. Okay, this is better. 0.9 upon 0.36. If I'm multiplying this with 100, okay, my decimal point is moving 2 places behind.
Yes, ma'am.
Like this, okay, 0.0, and this is moving again 2 places behind. I'm getting 36. So this is how I get 90 by 36.
36.
Now 90 by 36 can be brought into lower form.
Yes, ma'am. With
Now we are back on the track.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how will we reduce it to lower form?
Ma'am, we
Ma'am,
By
can
multiplying with the highest common factor.
Ma'am, we can divide it by
By dividing the highest
Ma'am,
common
we can
factor.
divide with 9.
Yes, you can divide with 9.
Ma'am, we can divide by 3.
ma'am 10 by
Okay, whatever number, whichever. Okay.
Ma'am, divided
First, if I divide by 9, I get 10 here, and 9 fours is 36. Now, still, I think both are
yes,
even
ma'am.
numbers.
5 by
Ma'am,
5
5.
by 2.
Ma'am,
If I
5
reduce
is
with
2.
so I get 5
Equals
by
to 5 by 2.
yes. But now, can I reduce it further?
No.
No, ma'am.
This is the lowest.
5 is to 2.
5
Yes,
is to 2. So you
ma'am,
understand?
10 is to 4. We will
Okay.
get 5 is to 2 once
Yes.
again.
So you understood one ratio, no?
Yeah,
Another ratio is 10 by 4. Now here 10 by 4 can be reduced.
Divided by 2.
I divide by 2, I will get 5 is to 2, 5 by 2, which is equal to 5 is to 2. So are these both equal?
Yes, ma'am, they are equal.
Yes, ma'am.
5 is to 2 as
Yes,
5
ma'am.
is to 2. Okay, so
But they are in proportion.
they are in proportion.
They are in proportion.
Okay, everyone understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Any child who has not understood this, please raise your hand and tell me. Anyone who has not understood this, I will explain you again. Ridesh, have you understood?
Yeah.
Shivani, understood? Soumya is there?
Yes,
Soumya? Where is Soumya? Soumya, put on your video. Did you understand, Soumya?
No, ma'am.
No? What you didn't understand?
Ma'am, how to like make it into the proportion?
Be louder. How to write what?
How to do the sums? How to make it into proportion?
How to do the sums?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
I'm asking in this question, what didn't you understand? Did you understood how to find this ratio? How will you write this ratio 10 by 4? Can you write the ratio of this? Can you bring it to lower form? Soumya, please reduce it to lower form 10 by 4. Hurry up.
5 by 2.
5 is to?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you get? What did you get?
5 is to no. 5 by 2.
5 is to 2? So how did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
get 5 by 5 is to 2? How did you get this? What did you
By
do?
reducing.
By?
Ma'am, I divided it by. Ma'am, I divided it.
With what? What you divided with?
With 2, ma'am.
With 2. Yes, be clear. You divided this by 2 and you got 5 is to 2. So this is the lowest one. Can you reduce it any further?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, you don't think so, that means no. Okay, so this is the lowest form of this. So this is the thing that we did here. But what we did here was these two numbers were given to us in decimal. Okay, Soumya, please listen carefully. The two numbers were given in decimal form. So our first step was to remove this decimal point. How would we remove this decimal point? By, see here we had decimal point was after two places. And here the decimal point was after one place. So we divided both numerator and denominator by 100. Are you understanding, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am.
So when we multiplied this by 100, what I got 900 here, and I got 3,600 here. Okay. This is what I got when I multiply 9 with 136 by 100. Okay, got it?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Then here my decimal point was after, in the numerator, my decimal point was after one place. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
here also in the numerator, my decimal point will be after one place. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the denominator, see here the decimal point was after two places. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I multiply with 100, now my decimal point will again be after two places.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I put my decimal places on the right place, what I got here, I got 90.0 and 36.00. Agree?
Okay.
So what is the number I have got? 90 by 36.
Okay, ma'am.
Understood? No? There is no use
Yes, ma'am.
of these numbers. After decimal, if I have all zeros, so the number is 90 only. After 36, after this decimal point, if I have all zeros, then the number is 36 only. Okay. So now if I
Okay,
have to
ma'am.
reduce this to lower form, what will I do? The HCF of 90 and 36 is 9.
9.
9 here. First I will divide, it's 18 actually. But first I will divide with 9 here. So I got 10 by 14. 90 divided by 9 is 10.
Yes, ma'am.
And 36 divided by 9 is what?
36 divided by 9 is 4, ma'am.
4. Now 10 by 4 can be reduced. How did you reduce 10 by 4 earlier?
By dividing it by 2.
By dividing. So again I will divide with 2, both numerator and denominator with the same number. By 2. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So my ratio
Yes,
is 5:2. Understood
Okay,
this
ma'am.
much?
Yes, ma'am.
So you understand everything? This is what we did in this question.
Okay,
Understood?
ma'am.
So in the first
ma'am.
ratio, we removed the decimal points and then we reduced it to a lowest form. And in the second ratio, it was already, the numbers were already small. So quickly we just, reduced it to lowest form. And we saw that these two ratios are equal. That means they are in proportion. Had the ratios been not equal, they would not be in proportion. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others, everyone understood? Is there still
Ma'am, I
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
doubt in this decimal part, ma'am. This 0.9.
who is saying this? Who has a doubt?
Ma'am, me, Sritej. I did not understand why you multiplied by 100.
To remove the decimal points, bache.
Okay, ma'am.
See, why I multiplied with 100 is because the decimal in 36, 0.36, the decimal point was after two numbers. So that means only if I multiply with 100, then only I will get 36, no?
Okay, ma'am.
Understood? But the number has to be same for both numerator and denominator. So that's how I chose 100. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll give you some more sums of decimal points, but please practice your decimal concept. Okay? If you have your junior class books, please look into those books and be thorough with your decimal concepts.
Okay.
Okay? You must have done that in third, fourth class maybe. Okay. See question number 3. Are the following statements true? Now here we have, I'll show you here. Here. Are the following statements true? Now tell me this. 40 persons is to 200 persons. And rupees 15 is to rupees 75. Shivani, please do it in your books, everyone. Shivani, how will you do this? Others, please do it in your books. Shivani, how will you do this first part? 40 persons is to 200 persons. What is the ratio?
Ma'am?
40 persons is to 200 persons. What is the ratio?
40% and 52%.
40 persons is to 200 persons.
Once I'll do it in my notebook and I'll see.
Yes, do. Soumya, you do the other ratio. Rupees 15 is to 75. I'll ask you now.
Ma'am, I got the answer.
It's not true.
It's not true. See, this ratio is coming to be, I'll reduce 110, 4 ones is 4, 4 5
It's 1 by 5.
Ma'am, it is true.
1 by 5 and 1 by 2.
Ma'am, they are in proportion.
Okay, very nice. Good. Got it, Shivani? Shivani, you got it? Please don't put off your videos.
Yes, ma'am.
What you got? Sritej, done?
Yes, ma'am.
And they're equivalent. They're equal. Ma'am.
They are true, ma'am.
Okay, Adrit, you got this?
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't put off your video, Adrit. Soumya, put on your video. Okay, Soumya, did you find out for rupees 15 and rupees 75?
I'm still doing it.
What is the ratio, Soumya?
Ma'am, I'm still doing it, ma'am. 1 second.
Be quick. What is the ratio here? Reduce it to lower form. 15 by 75, Soumya. I want the answer from Soumya. Others, please try the rest of B and B, C, D part. Quickly, those who have done, please move on to the next parts. Soumya, you tell me the answer. What have you got the lowest form? 15 by 75.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? Where is Hridesh? Hridesh, where are you?
Ma'am, Hridesh left.
Then he'll say, I have not understood. Now he is not there.
Ma'am, 3 is to
Yes, Soumya, be quick. Fine. You can do with small numbers. See, look here, Soumya. Look here, look on the screen. See, you have with the divisibility. If I see the divisibility rule, both the numbers have 5 at the units place.
Yes, ma'am. So we can
Okay.
divide it by 5.
So I can divide this by 5. See, this is, I am teaching you what you have studied in your 3rd class. Now you are in 6th. So 5 3s is 15 and 5 into what will you get as 75? 15?
15.
5 15, 5 I multiply with 15, I'll get 75. Now again this can be reduced if I divide this by 3. Both the numbers are divisible by 3. Both these numbers come in the table of 3. 3 ones is 3 and 3 fives is 15. Understood, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can write it as 1:5. Now are these ratios equal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that means this equal to sign is true for this statement. This statement is true
Yes,
or not? Or should I
Yes,
put
ma'am,
a
it's
cross
true.
here? Or should I put a cross here?
No, ma'am, it's true.
It's true. Can you find the next one?
Ma'am, but this will be 1:2 now, ma'am.
Which one?
This one only, ma'am.
Second one? Which one you are talking about?
Second one I was talking.
Second one will be 1:2, 5 and 5:10. So this will be 1:2 and this is 7.5 and 15 liters. So just reduce
It
this.
will be 5:1, ma'am.
So this will be 7.5. What is the half of 15? 7.5 only.
15
Half of
1 are
15 is-
15 5 are 75.
No, this is 7.5. This is 7.5 and this is 15. What is the half of 15? Half of 15.
Half of 15. 5.
Huh?
10. And half of 15 is 7.5.
Chalo, never mind. Okay, look here. Same way as we did in the previous sum, we remove the decimal points. We have decimal point here in this case, and here we have here. So if I remove this, if I multiply with 10, my decimal point will be one place behind, like this. Is it? And in the denominator, my decimal place will be one more place behind, like this. You understood this?
Ma'am, all bits over.
You understood this much, no? Okay, this is the last sum we will be doing. I have removed the decimal points from here. Now 75 2za is 7. If I multiply this, I reduce it to lower form.
And 10, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am will get it as where is it? Ma'am will get it 'Ma'am 15. No, ma'am, 1/2. 1/2.
1/2. Please now everyone, now the class time is over, but everyone will do these 5 sums.
Ma'am, I did
number
already.
3, question number 3, all this. I want to see the question. I want to see this. Shivani, Soumya, Adrit, Sritesh.
Ma'am, till D1 I did. All are true.
Okay, you have done, but others will also do. Okay?
Ma'am, even
I also completed till D. I'm doing the even now.
Yes, everyone will do this. Okay? And please revise your decimal concept again.
Mine is over. Can I leave?
Okay, I am also leaving for today. Okay, thank you, children.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Please practice this.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, beta. I'll give you some questions for homework
Ma'am,
also.
even is not equivalent.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, bye-bye. Good night. Yes, you can leave, beta, Divesh.